Hey everybody, and welcome back to Slowpoke Racing and the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. Sorry about the delay there. We have to check that we are actually broadcasting before we start talking. Otherwise, we'll spend the next 30 minutes talking to ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I do mean myself and Mark. It is M&M. We are back together again for race 2 of the Pro Split 1. Mark, are you there?
I am Mark. I am here, and we are at the final race.
Yeah, final race.
Very tired.
Yeah, we've been here. For those that don't know, we did cover the AM2 race here in Atlanta as well that went on through the night. We've just watched race 1 that has brought us into the morning, and now we've got race 2. Well, thankfully in the daylight, but yeah, as Mark said, we're very tired, and we're going to retire back to our camper vans, which are parked on the back straight somewhere. We'll give them a wave as we go by. But race 2, Road Atlanta in Basildon, 2.5 miles, 12 turns, with some made-up corner names because they don't actually have corner names. Now, Mark gives a little bit of information at the beginning of race 1, but we've just found out a little bit more, Mark.
Yeah, we have, yeah. So back in September 2012, this track was actually acquired by NASCAR. So, I mean, as we watched in the other races, that how difficult it is to drive around this track. I can't imagine to think you'd see a NASCAR driving around here. I mean,
that is something insane. I would love to see. I would love to see the speed them things goes. And as you quite rightly said, they only turn left, is it?
They only designed to turn left, so yeah, who in their right mind would think, oh yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll acquire Road Atlanta and we'll stick our stock cars around here. So yeah, that's definitely one I want to watch.
Can you imagine them going through the S's?
I can imagine them going through the S's.
Not well, there we go. A bit of information, a bit of extra information about this fantastic track. So we'll crack on. It is a reverse grid. There is a mandatory pit stop because racing hard and medium tyres have to be used. Now then, Brisbane, an absolute nightmare for him. I think it was at the beginning of lap 4. Had a bit of a disaster, ended up on the grass, took a few of the billboards out and got a reset. Really unlucky, got a reset. Found himself right at the back, well off the back of the pack, and finished the race in dead last. But to his advantage, really, because he now starts back on pole again, where he is used to being.
Yes.
So watch out, everybody. Yeah, it will be. So what we'll do is we're just going to go down and have a look at the grid positions. We'll get the race started, then we'll have a look at the tyre situation. So we've got Brisbane in pole, as we've already said. We've got Thingy in second, and we do apologise. We just can't pronounce that. I wouldn't even know where to start. So apologies.
Maybe after the race we can go and ask Thingy. Say, look, don't want to sound rude, Thingy, but do you actually have a name?
Yeah,
that we can pronounce? Yeah. So that way we don't have to call you Thingy.
Not just some random symbols. So yeah, if he's going to carry on racing with us, we would like to get a proper name for him. In third, we've got Dyson. Fitzy is fourth. Agent Smith is fifth. Then we've got Sturpan, the second of our Greek drivers, making their debut with URL tonight. Victor is in seventh. Panic at the Tesco eighth. Osmond ninth. Enzo Jack 10th. Scott 11th, and winner of race 1. In spectacular style is Motorstorm Hero, but now down in 12th. So back up to the top, and we'll get this second race underway. 19 laps again, but as I've already mentioned, there is a mandatory pit stop. So, as Mark's already alluded to, it is all about the strategy in this race.
Yeah, Brisbane, he set his stall out first, doesn't he? Look, as I thought, he'd be on the mediums. He's at the front, so he's going to want to try and pull out a gap on the guys behind. But obviously, I don't know what the other guys are running. I'd imagine maybe the top 5, top 6 may be running the mediums. But
it does,
as we go down, you'll be able to see.
There we go, spot on. Yeah. Top 5 down to Smith, all on the mediums. Then we've got Sturpan deciding to go with the hards. Same as Victor, Tesco, Osman. Well, basically everybody. Oh, Motorstorm has gone for the medium, so obviously he's going to try and make his way through the grid to catch up. And I think, do you know what, Mark? I think that's a good decision when you're starting at the back, because if you start on the hards, all that's going to happen is everybody in front of you is just going to get even further away. So
yeah, I think we've had enough. We've had enough. So yeah, where's this happened? I did see something. Oh, there we go.
It was just as we're coming into the S's. Well, he
He just lost the rears, didn't he?
He just lost it, yeah. Bit of power oversteer there, and Panic at the Tesco is kissing Barry R there. Just
cold
as
tyres, Mark. Cold tyres.
Yeah, hard tyres as well. So that's put Panic at the Tesco right at the foot of a big hill to climb now.
Oh no!
He's just struggling.
This is a Brisbane number 2, isn't it? Hopefully he can get his head together and just crack on there.
Yeah, he's got to clear that damage. He's got damage to the front right wheel. He's got damage at the back. So obviously the aerodynamics are going to be slightly affected. He's got cold, hard tyres, as you've quite rightly said. They're dirty. Yeah, he just needs a bit of a deep breath. He's on the back straight now, so he's got just under a mile to get them tyres cleaned and sort himself out. I'm sure he'll be swearing at somebody, so we'll leave him to it. We're up at the pointy end at the minute. It is Brisbane doing what Brisbane does, and he's already opened a gap back to Thingy, but Thingy has got his hands full trying to keep Dyson behind him as they go into turn 1, and Dyson is right up the chuff now. That I think they were doing this in race 1, weren't they? Dyson was absolutely stuck to the bumper of the car in front. I think it was Victor, wasn't it, he was having the battle with.
Yeah.
Fantastic
I
racing for Dyson.
I feel like he's going to get past him now because he's got half second penalty, but it feels like that Dyson doesn't want to wait until the back straight because he looks really eager to get past Thingy as quickly as possible because he's got Fitzy right behind him.
Yeah.
And as we've seen here, because Brisbane started to pull out a gap, so Dyson's going to want to put Thingy in between him and Fitzy.
Absolutely, because Fitzy is all over the back of Dyson. So Fitzy's got to try and concentrate because he's got Smith right behind him as well. All of them are going to be picking up the slipstream, and you can see Dyson tucking in right behind Thingy. Even though Thingy's going to serve his penalty, I hope he ghosts. Well, no, it's all right. Dyson managed to pull to the side as Fitzy goes by as well, and I think Smith might just get the drop on Thingy as well as they come down the hill into the chicane. Fitzy having a look up the inside, but Dyson defending that well and managing to hold on to P2. Now he can get on after Brisbane. Fitzy in third with Smith in fourth. Thingy dropping down to fifth.
That's incredible, isn't it? If you think he's dropped 4 places just for the spate of having half a second penalty. It actually does cost you a lot more other than half a second.
It is. I think by the time you get back up to speed, it's probably more like a second. And on some tracks where the penalty zone is on a hill, it can actually turn into about 1.5 seconds. So, yeah, it can be a bit nasty. But quite rightly, what you've said is he's dropped him all the way down to fifth now, which is not where he needs to be when you're on some medium tyres. Smith up to fourth, Fitzy in third with Dyson in second. We can just about see Brisbane up ahead, so Dyson got a decision now. Does he push and kill his tyres to try and catch up to Brisbane, or does he just cruise along and try and defend against Smith?
I'm not sure. He's got quite a bit of a gap between him and Brisbane, and equally the same amount to Smith. So it's not really going to do him any favours by absolutely gunning it. But actually, that does actually remind me, Mark, that after the race, we need to go and speak to Dyson because the motor keeps blowing on my vacuum cleaner.
Well, we just got a new one. We're quite pleased with it. So thank you to that for Dyson. Yeah, I'm sure Dyson has got nothing to do with the dice. Well, he might have actually. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? He might be a grandson of Dyson.
He could be, couldn't he? So we need to keep in with him, don't we? Dyson is my favourite driver of all time, and the livery is fantastic. So there we go.
Cracking livery, that. Yeah,
it does actually look good, doesn't it? It does actually look good.
It does look good.
So he's got Smith just behind him in third, with Fitzy in fourth. He had a good first race, didn't he, Fitzy? And he's got into this one nice and early as well.
He was actually behind Smith in the last race as well, wasn't he? So they know each other quite well.
Very steady racing it is, Fitzy. You can see he's just had a purple sector. So at the minute, fastest man on track is Brisbane, as we would expect, out in front, a 19.5. Oh, Smith getting a little bit too much grass there, and that's given Fitzy the momentum. And excuse me, no bump drafting allowed, so Fitzy has had to make the move because he got a much better exit out of turn 7, and now they're on the back straight, almost side by side. Yeah, there we go. Fitzy's got the job done. Smith just drops in behind him, and now he's having another look up the inside as they come down towards the chicane. But Fitzy manages to hold on to P3. Smith has had to drop down into P4. That slight mistake mark at turn 7, just getting onto the grass, has cost Smith a space.
It does. It does. Look how close they are together. Like you say, slight little mistake opens the door for anybody. And as we're watching Smith and Fitzy, Motorstorm has actually crept up to 5th, and he's not that far behind.
He started in 12th, didn't he, Motorstorm? He's on the medium tyres. We did say at the beginning, didn't we, that his tactics are going to be try and get through the grid as quickly as possible before the tyres start to fall away from him, and he has to switch to the hard. So I think Motorstorm has done the right thing, to be honest. I think he would have been left behind starting on the hard. So good racing from Motorstorm.
Yeah, good
to
racing.
Get himself up to 5th now. Then we've got Thingy in 6th, settling in now.
Slightly dropping off the back of Motorstorm, but like I say, this is only his second race in the URL. He's got Victor, what's Victor behind him? About 3 or 4 car lengths behind.
There is
quite a bit of a gap there, isn't there?
I think he's just outside the slipstream range is Victor. Thingy, however, is into the slipstream of Motorstorm, so he's getting a bit of a tow down the hill towards the chicane, although it's getting a little bit tight up ahead. Look, with Motorstorm and Fitzy. Motorstorm really putting the challenge in on Fitzy, trying to get his car on the inside of Fitzy as they come around the final couple of turns, but Fitzy closes the door on him. I've got a feeling Motorstorm is going to have another go at turn 1, though.
He's going to have you'd think so.
He's not.
He's thought he's backed out, hasn't he? He's thought, no, do you know what? Two through there, it can be done. But I mean, these guys are pros, aren't they? So
I think what he's doing at the minute, Motorstorm, he's hoping that Fitzy and Smith are going to start fighting and have a bit of a come together and let him through that way. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen. Fitzy's stuck right in this sandwich at the minute. He's got one hell of a fight on his hands. He's got Smith right in front of him, and Motorstorm behind him. We're just going to stay with these guys for another couple of turns as they come up towards turn 6 and 7.
Oh, this is what happened to Smith on the last lap, didn't he? Because he went a little bit too wide. So now you've got Motorstorm practically pushing Fitzy.
Great exit for all of them, and you're right, Motorstorm is pushing. He's going to have to pull out in a minute because, as I say, no bump drafting allowed. So Fitzy's doing the same with Smith, and we're going to go 3 wide.
3 wide.
This could get very interesting as we come down the hill towards the chicane. Oh, one of them's going to back out. Motorstorm does back out. Oh,
that was very, very close. That would look at that.
What a great piece of racing. Fitzy holding on to 3rd, Smith in 4th now, and Motorstorm in 5th, although he's practically pushing Smith along. I really don't want to leave these guys. I know we need to look at some of the others, but this is fantastic racing from these.
He's going to go for it up at turn 1. Is he going to go 2 wide, 2 wide?
Motorstorm having a look at no, so Smith managing to hold on to P4. That has allowed Fitzy just to open up a car, maybe 2 car lengths gap between himself and Smith, as Smith is battling hard to keep Motorstorm behind him. Motorstorm doing everything he can, desperate to get himself up into a podium position. They calmed down just a little bit, so let's just have a quick look and see what's happening elsewhere. We have got Victor in 6th with Thingy just behind him in 7th. Bit of a gap between the two of them there, so Victor does have a bit of breathing space.
He does.
Panic at the Tesco, trying to get himself back into this race. He has gone up into 8th, which can only mean that Enzo has either made a pit stop or has made a mistake.
I'll probably say he's in 9th, so I mean he has fallen back a little bit, so he doesn't look like he's had a pit stop. So he's, because you've got the guys at the front on the mediums, they're not able to make headway, are they, really? Because look, you see Scott's down in 12th as well, so they're not able to close the gap.
I think Osman's made a pit stop. Yeah, look at that, 3-second penalty for a pit lane.
It's too harsh, isn't it? 3 seconds is too harsh.
It needs to be switched off.
It does.
It needs to be switched off.
Especially on tracks like this and Watkins, it's too harsh because he probably only put like an inch of a tyre over the line. So it's a bit unfair. So now he's going to lose out to Scott.
He's going to go down to 12th. So we do have a bit of a flurry into the pit, excuse me. Enzo Jackie's in, Panic at the Tesco is in, Victor is in. So at the end of lap 8 then, people on the hard tyres have decided enough is enough, and they're switching over onto the mediums.
Hopefully they can get out of the pits without going over.
That's the big that's the big thing. We're just going to watch Victor as he comes out. It's the pit entry, I think, is the worst part of this. Although you can pick a penalty up on the way out as well.
Yeah, I've had a few penalties coming out of the pits, but yeah, definitely the pit entry because it's on a blind hill, isn't it, as you come down? So it's so easy to not get into the pit lane entry on time.
It's an
It's too harsh. It is too
awful
harsh.
pit lane.
3 second penalty just for slightly going over the
Yeah.
line. It's a bit extreme.
They need to switch it off. But Brisbane, well, where is he? There he is. Brisbane out in front now. Quite a decent gap for Brisbane now. He can start looking after his tyres. Try and take them as far as he can. So I think it's going to be the fuel that pushes Brisbane into the pits, not necessarily the tyres. Dyson the same. He's in second. He does have slightly less fuel than Brisbane, so he has been pushing just a little bit harder on that noisy pedal of his. Motorstorm is now up to third. He's managed to get by Smith and Fitzy. So while we were looking at the pit changes, we do have a swap over, and Motorstorm has got himself back up onto the podium with Smith dropping to fourth and Fitzy in fifth. But these three, this battle looks like it could go all the way to the end.
This does look like it's going to go all the way to the end, and you just look at the punishment for that front left tyre on Smith. You know, what's this, clockwise again? My anti-clockwise, clockwise is not
Clockwise.
It's clockwise, but yeah, you see the severe punishment on that front left. I'm assuming that's going to be the same for Motorstorm on Fitzy because they're actually racing really hard.
Yeah, Fitzy unfortunately picking up half a second penalty, so that's just going to drop him off the back of the two guys in front of him slightly. The penalty zone here is not too bad, to be fair. It's on the flat, isn't it? So you can get back up to pace very quickly, but you can see Fitzy has dropped off the back of Smith. So a little bit of work ahead of Fitzy to get back up there into the boot of Agent Smith in front of him. Let's just have a look. Brisbane not pitted yet. Dyson also not pitted. All on the mediums. Motorstorm on the mediums. Same with Smith and Fitzy. So none of these guys have made a pit stop yet. Excuse me. Thingy in sixth. He's got his countryman just behind him now in seventh. Well, I say just behind him. There is a decent gap, isn't there, between the two of them. But neither of them have pitted yet either. Scott has. It looks like Scott has definitely come in. He's now onto the medium tyres to take him to the end of the race. Same with Victor. Same with Osman. Panic and Enzo Jack have all made their pit stops. So it is. What was it down to?
It's one of those tracks, though, isn't it? It's just one of those tracks. So yeah, they've all pitted, and you've got a couple of the guys up the top who've got a pit, but it doesn't promote the ability to catch up this track because it's not a very long track, is it?
No, it's not. And like as we quite rightly said, the pit stops are just fraught with danger. Picking up 3 second penalty on the way in, you can pick another 3 seconds up on the way out, and if that happens, you might as well just park up, get out, and go home. Because
6 seconds, that'd be the extreme, wouldn't it?
I have seen it. So, yeah, and this is why I think that the pit lane needs to be turned off. I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, well, you shouldn't cut the lines, but as you quite rightly pointed out, on a track like this, it is very, very easy to get caught out because the pit entry is an absolute pig. So Brisbane out in front then as he goes around turn 6 and 7 for the 11th time. Just under a quarter of a tank of fuel, so I think Briz will probably do another 1, maybe 2 laps before he comes in. Dyson, I think he's probably only got about 1 more lap left in that tank, Mark.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, they're going to run to it. It's near enough on the empties, isn't it? So you'd expect Brisbane, Dyson, and Motorstorm to maybe all come in on the same lap.
Yeah, I think
they're going to run. They're going to run the tank empty, aren't they? By the looks of it,
they want to
get as much out of them mediums as they can.
Yeah, I think Dyson would like Brisbane to come in on the same lap. You can see the fuel light has now come on and started flashing. So 1 more lap for Dyson, unless he decides to come in. We'll just stick with him to see if he's going to come in. Hopefully not, because he'll get 3 seconds. So he's going to stay out. Brisbane has also stayed out. Motorstorm, well, we know he's going to stay out. He's got slightly better fuel than Dyson, and he is getting closer, actually. Motorstorm is catching up to the back of Dyson.
He's very fast round here, isn't he, Motorstorm?
This is his track, isn't it?
It is definitely his track.
Fitzy stayed out. He's got the fuel light on as well, so this will be his final lap before making a pit stop. Same with Smith probably, and Thingy,
Yeah, we're going to have a flurry now. Oh, half-second penalty as well for...
That's Sturpan. It is only half a second, so obviously he's picked that up before he hit the pit. So be interested to see if he adds to it. I'm just going to go up and see what's happening with Briz. As he's Briz just coming down the final back straight now. He's probably going to come in at the end of this lap, so we'll just keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't go picking any penalties up, and we'll just see. Actually, we'll go on board with Briz, and you'll see just how tricky this pit entry is. So at the minute you can't see it.
You can't see nothing, can you? So when you come over, so no, another lap. Okay.
So we'll say with Dyson then, who's definitely going to come in at the end of this lap. Briz always likes to prove us.
You're going to have to come in. Yeah, look, you can see he's already pointed towards the pit. Ooh,
and there we go. Now then,
it's hard to see inside the car whether he went over that line, didn't he?
But
Motorstorm's actually gone through as well.
So Motorstorm is, well, yeah, he's probably has got one more lap. Brisbane got one more lap. Smith has stayed out as well.
But what we found out earlier on today, though, was the actually overcut is more powerful than the undercut round here, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. We saw that in the AM2 split, didn't we? The guys that pitted first tend to get the advantage. So this could fall for Dyson's favour then. Dyson, where's he going to rejoin? He's got Fitzy and Thingy in the pits as well. So it is Scott that's just coming around the final turns across the start finish line. Now then, is Dyson going to get out? He's just about out of the pit. This is going to be very, very close, isn't it?
It's going to be close, going to be close.
But he's out. Dyson is now out in P4 with the guys ahead of him all to pit.
Oh, look at that. He's sipping at that, isn't he, Brisbane? Look at that.
He's just about
nothing left in the tank
thimble.
there.
He's got about a thimble full. So Brisbane's going to have to come into the pits. Let's make sure he can get in there nice and cleanly. It does look like he's done a good job there. Motorstorm, he's going to have to dive into the pit. So let's just hope he can get in without too much hassle. Oh, now then. Bit of a slide. He may have got away with it. And Smith very cautiously into the pit.
Yeah. Well done, Smith.
So Dyson is onto the back straight now with Scott chasing him down. Scott and everybody else behind him has already pitted. So the front three in. You can see the fuel going in. Now Brisbane looks like he's fueled up and on his way out. So
he did
Brisbane
have quite a lengthy gap though, didn't he, Brisbane?
He did. So yeah, he's definitely going to rejoin in P1 again. You can see Motorstorm on his way out again. They've only put half a tank of fuel in.
How many laps we got left? About five laps?
Yeah, 6 laps. Because you have to count the one they're on as well. It gets confusing, doesn't it? So now let's just have a look. I think Scott has gone through. Yeah, he has. So Scott has moved up into 4. So that pit stop really has cost Smith. He's now out in 5th with Victor closely behind him in 6th. So back up to the top. Bridgman out in front with still a decent gap back to Motorstorm Hero, and both on the hard tyres now. Motorstorm out in 2nd, Dyson in 3rd, and he's on the hard tyres, and Scott is on the mediums.
Yeah, Scott's got the advantage here, hasn't he, by running the hard tyres first, because he's at the back of the grid. So this is going to come into play for him now. I don't honestly think, because it's first lap out of the pits as well, isn't it? So the tyres are cold, they're the hard. It's going to take at least, 3-4 laps for them to warm up. So yeah. I think Dyson's going to have to concede. Basically, I'll live to fight another day.
Yeah, I don't think.
But then again, Scott is on the outside, so unless he's got so much grippy tyres that he's going to go around the outside of the next bend. But
no, it is side by side as they come down the hill. Then one of them's got to give in. And
lovely overtake.
Yeah, great overtake. Just managed to get that car slowed down enough before they hit the start of that chicane. Dyson, I think he made it difficult. He didn't really fight it. He just he wasn't going to give it to Scott. I think he made him work for it. But quite rightly what he said, cold hard tyres. So Dyson, he's got to do a couple of laps, hasn't he, to get some heat into those things. Before he can start pushing.
That's the problem with the hards, isn't it? Because he knew like Scott had already come in, and he's now on the medium tyres, and he's just come out on the hard tyres, and he's just thinking, okay, so at this point in time, my battle's not really with you. My attention is basically to get these hard tyres warmed up, and then maybe I might be able to come back and have another battle with you.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute his focus is going to be these two guys, Smith and Victor. Dyson, you can see up ahead, and Scott just in front of Dyson. But yeah, for now, I think Dyson really wants to try and stay ahead of Smith and Victor. Victor really pushing Smith along, isn't he? He's not giving him a minute to think. as they get onto the back straight. So Victor definitely into the slipstream, and as we've mentioned on a few occasions now, and we saw it in AM2 as well, the slipstream you'd think would kick in a lot earlier, but it is only until you go over the crest of this hill. As we can see now, the slipstream really comes in, and Victor gets himself on the inside, but oh no, he couldn't quite get far enough in front of Smith, could he, to get the move done?
No,
so,
a bit cautious there from Victor, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
He could have probably braked a little bit later, and then he would have definitely had the inside line and then forced Smith to go around the outside. So there's still another lap to go, so maybe he's just eyeing him up saying, okay, you know, maybe not this time round, but I'll get you next lap.
Victor needs to get a bit of a hurry up though, because he's on the medium tyres, but they are starting to show signs of wear now. On lap 16 of 19, so those tyres are going to be pretty worn out by the time they get to the end of the race. So Victor really does need to get by Smith as on those hard tyres as quickly as he possibly can. And now he's making a break for it as the, I thought he picked up a penalty.
Is he going to go up the inside? I think he just got away with that. Just got that tyre just over before
he is on the inside. A bit of a door kiss, but nothing too serious. Smith having to take a long route around the outside, but Victor gets that move done and moves up into P5 with Smith in 6. Osman now, with these two battling, has managed to creep up to the back of Smith as well. So Osman on medium tyres. Excuse me. So Smith is going to come under attack from Osman.
He's had a quiet race, hasn't he, Osman? Haven't really seen much of him in the second race, but yeah, like you say, he's crept up onto the back of Smith. He's on the medium tyres as well. Yeah, they are slightly worn. What's that, about 75?
No, I think not quite 50, but yeah, but no, 40-45% wear. But it's the rear left that seems to be taking more punishment than any of the others. So maybe he's got the brake balance set to the back for Osman.
Yeah, it's just one of them things, is it, a brake balance, isn't it? Because some people like to have it at the front, some people like to have it at the back. Me personally, I tend to have it in the central position, because some of the drivers in the top lead, they'll understand how it works. It's more to do with the tyre wear, isn't it? I think. Yeah. But some like it if they have it to the rear. It rotates the car a lot better, doesn't it? Because if you have it too far to the front, then you end up having understeer.
Understeer, yeah. I mean, I tend to use it at the back more just to look after the tyres, to take a bit of pressure off the front tyres. That may be what Osman's done now. He's probably put it to the back, because as you can see, the rear tyres taking slightly more punishment as he tries to get on after Smith. And again, Osman is going to have to clear Smith before he loses those tyres altogether. Smith on the hards now should be up to temperature, and he should be able to race, although obviously the hard tyres are never going to compete with the mediums, however worn the mediums are.
He's in the same position as he was in terms of like distance between Smith. So I don't feel like, by the way it looks like now, that I don't think Osman's able to close the gap now because of his tyres.
Well, we've only got 2 laps to go.
Him as well.
So if he's going to do anything, he needs to do it on this lap. We can see Fitzy creeping up to the back of Osman, and Fitzy on hard tyres as well. And he looks like he's going slightly quicker. Last lap was a 120.1.
This may well be the point, Mark, where Osman's tyres that's it, they're done. So he's having to try and finish the race on the worn tyres, and his fuel gauge coming.
I was just about to say that as well. The fuel gauge is now flashing for Osman as well. So that early stop for him may have cost him. He may have wanted to do another 1 or 2 laps before coming into the pits. Fitzy,
you got Fitzy. Sorry, Mike. Go on, carry on.
No, I was just going to say Fitzy does look slightly quicker at the minute as he pulls to the outside down the hill, and I think Fitzy's going to get there first. Yeah, Osman didn't really seem to fight that, did he?
No, I think Osman, it's a case of damage limitations now, isn't it? He's got 1 more lap to go, but I can't imagine what it must be like inside that car in the early morning on a cold track, and his tyres are dead. They're gone. So he's just got to try and get to the end of the race now.
We're going to go to the top and just see as Brisbane now on his final lap as he comes down to turn 5, not wanting to pick a penalty up. You can see the fuel light is on, but that's not going to concern him. He's got plenty to make it to the end of the race. Motorstorm in second with Scott in third. Another good race from Scott. He'll be pleased with the trip he's had to Atlanta.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure he'd be celebrating on that podium with Motorstorm of Brisbane, cracking open that bottle of champagne.
Yeah, he's had a good race. Dyson in fourth again, another good race for Dyson in fourth. He's got Victor all over the back of him. Dyson fuel light flashing. He's on the hard tyres. Victor on the mediums, but also struggling for fuel. Actually, the pair of them are about the same, but Victor's going to get into the slipstream. So we'll just stick with these two. No, we're not. We're going to have to go to Brisbane because he is about to finish. So Brisbane just coming around the final couple of turns, really making up for race one. Great victory for Brisbane. Motorstorm is going to finish in second. A good race from him. He'll be pleased with the points he's picked up. Scott is going to take that third podium spot. So well done to those three guys. And Dyson just managing to hold on to fourth as Victor puts him under a lot of pressure. But Dyson in fourth, Victor in fifth, Fitzy finishes in sixth, Smith seventh, then Osman, Panic at the Tesco in ninth, Thingy. Oh, is he going to get ahead of Enzo Jack? Enzo Jack making a last.
I think he's just going to do it, yeah.
Thingy in 10th. Sturpan 11th and Enzo Jack in 12th.
That's quite surprising because Enzo was at the back. So unfortunately for Enzo, he wasn't able to gain any positions, was he, through the race? So
no.
Like I said, how short this track is.
I'm just gonna because
what's happened now?
Yeah, I want to have a look and see what happened there because we're going to go right to the end. We're just going to afford a little bit.
Oh, he's had a spin. Oh, okay.
So Enzo Jackie was in 10th with Sturpan just behind him, a long way behind him. Oh, do you know what? I think he's picked a penalty up.
What, from there?
I think.
Oh, what, from back? Yeah,
I think I think just towards the end there, he cut too much of the corner and picked a penalty up, which gave him a 1 second penalty, which is why he dropped him down to 12th. So
okay.
Unlucky for Enzo Jack. But that was race 2. That was the final race, actually, of the sprints. Next week, as we've mentioned earlier, is going to be the start of the endurance races. So really looking forward to that one. We are going to be over in Australia.
Yeah, and of all places to start the endurance race, it's Bathurst.
We
know everybody has a love-hate relationship for Bathurst.
Yeah, I can't stand the place, but it always seems to be at night as well. Whenever you do Bathurst, it's at night where there are no lights. But I'm not racing, so I can just sit back and enjoy the chaos that will unfold.
100%. Especially down through that corkscrew in the Lamborghinis. Yeah, we're going to have a busy night.
They are twitchy at the best of times. You stick them on top of the Big Dipper, and that little chicane bit, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But looking forward to it nevertheless. So join us then. As always, if you've enjoyed these races, please hit the like button. Both myself and Mark. Mark, are you coming back next week?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, so we will get the M&M together for race 2. Now, we may well be covering the AM2 guys as well, so keep an eye out for those. But we will definitely be back for the Pro Split one. So, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Mark for joining, and we shall catch you all later.
Yep. See you, everybody. We need our beds now, so thank you for the show.